Hey friends, Kris here from the kitchen of our ministry guest house. Thanks for being with us. We're still on our subject, watch your mouth. And today I want to add to that talking trash or trash talk. In sports they do that all the time. Trash talk. Hey, pitcher's got a weenie arm. Or one time I came real short on a putt and somebody said, hey Alice, does your wife golf too? Then one time I shot one and somebody said, you got it airborne, but you put the wrong zip code on it. Trash talk. And the purpose of that is to intimidate or to demoralize the opponent. Well, let me give you some points today. First of all, Christians, believers, are to talk truth, not talk trash. John 17:17, sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth. And in Philippians 4:8, whatsoever things are true, honest, just, etc., think on these things. Well, if we think on those things, we're also to speak those things. Jesus never talked trash. In Luke 4:22, they were amazed at the gracious words that proceeded out of his mouth. 1 Peter 2:22, no deceit was found in his mouth. He didn't talk trash. And then number two, have you ever heard the statement, one man's trash is another man's treasure? Well, let me flip that around. One man's trash is another man's pleasure. Some people get pleasure out of bad-mouthing, and not only that, listening or entertaining trash talk. And they love to share their testimony everywhere they go. They testify against everybody. Listen to this in Proverbs 18:18. The words of a talebearer are as wounds, and they go down into the innermost part of the belly. You ever felt that punch to the gut? Well, the belly there is symbolic. Jesus said out of their belly shall flow rivers of living water. And the Greek word there is kolia or colon. In other words, words can get clear down and cut you down to the very core or to the colon. And then number three, when you trash another, really you bash yourself because there's a boomerang effect. And you can't act like a skunk without somebody else catching wind of it. Watch this. In Psalm 52 and verse 5, thou lovest all devouring words, O thou deceitful tongue. Listen, God shall likewise destroy thee forever. He shall pluck thee out of thy dwelling place. So the dwelling place of the tongue is in the mouth. Is that verse saying if you talk trash that God's going to cut your tongue out? Well, you better watch your mouth. That's what we're talking about this week. Number four, you watch your mouth by watching what moves you. What is it that moves you to say what you say? For instance, David in Psalm 116 verse 11 said, I said in my haste, all men are liars. Well, David didn't believe all men are liars, but he was moved by haste. In Psalm 30 and verse 6, in my prosperity, I said, I shall not be moved. Well, that's arrogance and pride, but he said it in prosperity. Watch what moves you. Acts 13 and verse 45, it says, when the Jews saw the crowds that Paul was getting, they got jealous. It says they were filled with envy and spoke against those things which were spoken by Paul, contradicting and blaspheming. The bigger the crowds, the bigger their mouths got, and the bigger their accusation got. So you need to watch what moves you to say what you say. Number five, trash normally goes to the trash pile. It goes to the landfill. It's not supposed to go to the break room or to the op-ed page of the newspaper. Peter said that love covers a multitude of sins. And Proverbs 17 and 9, listen to this. He who covers a transgression seeks love. He's moved by love. But he who repeats a matter separates the best of friends. So you need to make sure that you don't talk trash, because trash is supposed to go to the landfill. It's not supposed to go out on the streets. And then number six, let me close with this. The worst kind of trashing you can do is when you trash yourself. I've told you that your self-talk is very important. D. Martin Lloyd-Jones made this statement. The most of your unhappiness in life is due to the fact that you are listening to yourself instead of talking to yourself. You start bad-mouthing your own self, that's when you really get defeated. Instead, you should be speaking truth, speaking victory, speaking positive, speaking God's word over your life, and everything will begin to change. Kris here, hope you're enjoying this series. Like if you like, share with a friend, and if this series has meant much to you, I'd love for a comment. God bless you. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow with more on Through the Prism of Chrism.